Hey, this is Damien with Rosy Side Farm, coming at you from the farm with another project we have today. First thing we're going to do is get the 1942 Farmall started, and we're going to drive over to where our adventure begins. So, a while ago, I bush hogged this field. First time ever bush hogging. And I came across a deer, and it was in the middle of the field, so I just steered around and left it there. Then I came out today to see if if the flesh had been eaten off of it, because it had a pretty good rack on it. And I found that it had moved about 20 yards. So something out here drug it over. I mean, the thing is almost eaten completely. So I decided it's time to take a little action on this thing. So this is the deer. And you can tell the vultures, the raccoons, fox, whatever, did a number on it. However, it has got a great set of antlers. Now, I'm not a hunter. I've never deer hunted at all, but I can definitely appreciate a good looking mount. So what I'm going to attempt to do today is do what's called a European or a Western mount. So I've never done it before. Seems to be a theme a lot of videos I make, me just trying to figure this stuff out as I go. But before this thing gets drug off into the neighboring farm or something like that, I'm going to see what I can do with it. All right, so I'm going to start out just trying to cut off the biggest chunks of flesh I can. I'm probably going to need This thing is waterlogged and rotten, not smelling great.
Jaw off. I want to peel off onto this flesh.
So we're out here about an hour later with the soak, and well, the maggots didn't like it. Then all the maggots are dead, but we're getting there. So I'm just going to pull it out, kind of test it, see if some of the skin starts pulling off. I'll take off what I can, allow the water to kind of get down a little deeper. Around these antlers is going to be a chore, I can tell right now. Ooh, there's some success. Nothing like maggot infested venison soup here. We'll let the water do its work. All right, so we have another hour passed. We're back here at the deer. I think it's time to operate on him. So the many uses of an old feed bag. So we get an up close look at this thing after 2 hour soak. Doesn't really smell all that bad either right now. And now we just have the tedious task of pulling this skin off. I'm going to start out using some pliers first, just to kind of reduce the amount of nasty I got to touch. Working pretty good. I can imagine this takes a little bit of time here just to get everything out of there. And obviously the stuff got a rooster here crowing in the background. That's always good for a video. About to just reach in here, my hand in a little bit. Actually, that worked pretty good. Score one for rusty needle nose pliers. It's a bone here. I don't know if I should just leave it in. Leave it in is probably going to be the answer. It's definitely gross. What's left on this thing is minuscule. So I'll just clean off a little bit. I'm cleaning off just a little bit more here. See if I have some kind of medium bristled brush. Just kind of rub across it. Then we'll move on to the next step. All right, so it's next step time. So I've got some borax. I'm going to make a little paste, just mixing borax with water. Make a nice paste, rub it all over the skull, making sure I don't get any on the antlers. I'm going to let it sit overnight, wash it off, and see what we got. So what we have here is a paste all over the skull. So I'm going to wipe off the antlers a little bit. Not crazy concerned about that. Hey, here we are the next morning. It's 8 o'clock in the morning the next day. So I don't know, about I guess 13-ish hours there with the borax paste on our skull. Borax paste still a little moist, but we're gonna wash it off now. See what it looks like. So it's pretty far from that white Western European mount color, but I like it, and it's definitely cool enough to hang in my barn. Hey, this is Damien with Rosy Side Farm. Thanks for checking out the video. There should be another video coming out in a couple of days. See ya.